Hi, it's me Vamp, and welcome back or welcome to the channel. What you're seeing in the background is some random footage of me doing some gameplay in Warframe, and what you're about to listen to is a snippet of my podcast. If you want to listen to the full podcast, there'll be a link in the description below, or search V For Vamp wherever you listen to podcasts. So yeah, without further ado, enjoy the podcast. Hi, it's me Vamp, and welcome back or welcome to the podcast. Now, I actually have what I think is an interesting topic today. I'll tell you the topic, then I'll tell you how I came about the topic. Now, for me, mostly it is applied to Warframe, but also other games in general. So on here, so I'm kind of split between the title video games versus fun or Warframe versus fun. Maybe I'll use both the titles. Okay. So I'm already starting off super progressive. Super not progressive, but super hard hitting right away. No mercy type thing. I know what you're thinking. But Vamp, what do you mean versus fun? Video games are supposed to be fun. Warframe's supposed to be fun. Warframe fun. Video games are fun. And yes, you do have points. All of those are valid points. But at what point does it become not as fun? That's what you have to look at when it comes to, like games where the main goal is to grind gear, repeat, whatnot. Now, the games have their set categories and subcategories. Like a looter and shooter might be fueled by, story-driven quest, or the majority might enjoy PvP, so it's PvP field, as in, PvP is what brings the people back, and PvE is the story type thing. Like, okay, Borderlands come to mind when you say PvE story. Borderlands revolves around the story. There's no PvP in Warframe. Warframe, you'll have the story. It's a looter. Warframe, Borderlands, you'll have the story. It's a looter shooter. Man, that was a big Freudian slip, as it were, if it really was that. We'll get to your Warframe. Most of this podcast is related to your Warframe. We'll circle back. But yeah, Borderlands. Borderlands is mostly about the story. And then you'll have your whole not story part. You'll have the whole looter shooter aspect of it. But it's a story driving everything. You get better gear so you can beat the baddie, so you can get better gear, so you can advance the story, so you can get better gear. On and on, rinse and repeat. Borderlands had its own formula. When it first came out as an indie game way back when, it was supposed to be a one-off, but people liked it so much it became a hit game. Now, Destiny's interesting. Destiny has an interesting story, so I'm going to save that for later on in the podcast. We'll circle back to Destiny. Let's go to Warframe right now, because I'm sure that's what a lot of you guys are interested in, and I'm interested in it as well, even though I'm the one saying it. Warframe and is slowly. Warframe is still fun, very fun, like super fun, still my top game. Like, my main squeeze, as it were, that's Warframe. But with that said, Warframe is spreading itself too thin, I feel like. I feel like there are like hundreds of directions, or maybe not hundreds, maybe like 10 or 12 realistically, but it's still, 11 or 9 or 11 too many directions, or maybe it's 5 too many, or it's anyway, I'll explain. Okay, so what I mean by that is Warframe is trying to go too many different ways, I feel like. Okay, yes, it dropped the PvP thing, because let's face it, not many people play, the majority does not play PvP in Warframe. There was the Arcwing thing, the majority doesn't do Arcwing, so they kind of dropped Arcwing. They kind of tried to push more Arcwing with the new Railjack system, which is a way that, deviates from the main game. And then you have the Necromex, which is a new way that also deviates a bit from the game, because it's like, oh, what about mech mode? And Necromex actually have stamina, their own ability, so on, so forth. You have the classic Warframe mode, which is what a lot of people came for initially. You'll have Operator, which, lets you choose. Essentially, a lot of people use Operator mode as another ability, but in the most recent quest, in Warframe, the new war, you actually barely got to use your Warframe, which for a lot of people is the main selling point of the game Warframe. You use your Warframe to do different missions and whatnot, and the quest. It was a very good quest, story driven, very good, like way out of the element, which is good. Thinking outside of the box, going outside of that box is always a good thing, but it doesn't. You still gotta include some stuff inside the box, I feel like. Otherwise, you are getting people to go away. That whole box metaphor is falling apart. It's right, the box falling apart. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's what I think. I think this year is probably going to be the most crucial for Warframe. I think I've said this before, but I think this year is going to be the most crucial for Warframe. Even this quarter one, in case you're wondering what quarter one refers to January through April, and then quarter two is May through July, quarter three, August. Wait, okay, I'm messing up. Anyway, so there are 12 months in a year. Each month is split into 3, 6, 9, 12. So, you'll have quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. That's how everyone divides it. That's how companies, see how much they made and whatnot. So, this whole quarter one, quarter two, the biggest for Warframe, in my opinion. In my opinion, the biggest for Warframe. Warframe needs to do well. I feel like that's just my opinion. I feel like Warframe need to get more people involved. Now, having different things aren't that bad, I suppose, but you know, there should be somewhere things intersect. There should also be like, you know, potentially, oh, you don't have to do the new system if you don't want to, but you don't get the reward from doing this new system. Okay, so yeah, basically Warframe just need to find its place again. I feel like the new war was more of a catalyst, and you know, we'll see what comes of that this year. Hopefully that catalyst you know, does what a catalyst does. It has in all the makings for Warframe to evolve, and like I said, Warframe's my main squeeze, so I really hope it does rise to the occasion.